Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. We here. Episode 64. Episode 64. 100 Simple Life Truths. I am here. You are there. I am your host. You are the audience. You are abundant. You are beautiful. You are great. You are learning. You are loved. You are perfect. Right? You will become perfect as perfect is. And you will continue to grow. Today is just another growth lesson. Today is just another day in the rotation, right? Today is just another day on the path. And as long as you enjoy today, tomorrow will be better, right? So today it is September 17th. It is 1:41 p.m. 1:41 p.m. Episode 64 is titled Self-Pity is Self-Sabotage, which obviously I agree with. There's no reason to be having pity on yourself, to be sad about the decisions you made or sad about things that's happening in your life. Yeah, of course you could be sad about it, but don't let that, don't have it go on for too long, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like in terms of, you're allowed to be sad. You're allowed to feel your emotions. You're allowed to feel what you feel, right? But once you know that the emotion is negative and it's bringing you down, that's when you cut it off and you change your move, you change your perspective about the situation, and you become better, right? You do what you got to do to change the situation. So today was actually somewhat of a good day for me. I was at work. It was cool. It was chill. There was no drama, which it shouldn't be. Right, on a normal basis, you shouldn't be having drama at work. But yeah, today was good. I feel great. I feel actually really great. And yeah, I'm gonna get into this. I'm actually supposed to be moderating a debate today at 5 p.m. on Facebook. I'm supposed to be moderating the debate. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like kind of record it. I don't know how I want to do it because it's not, someone just asked me if I could moderate it, and it's weird because the person that asked me to moderate it knows that I agree with them 100% on the topics that they're going to be debating about. So it's interesting, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to moderate it, and we'll see how that goes. I do plan on shooting maybe 2 episodes today. No promises, at least 1. Staying in monk mode, staying locked in, staying on the grind. And let's get it. Let's get straight to it. I'll be saying let's get straight to it like I haven't been talking for 30 minutes, for 3 minutes, right? So if you got short attention span, that's your fault. So let's get into it. Episode 64, self-pity is self-sabotage. The things you are capable of are amazing. No one can get you to realize that potential but you. The growth required in order to reach that potential means you have to be uncomfortable. Yes, there's no growth in your comfort zone, and there's no comfort in your growth zone. So you have to grow. You have to keep growing. You have to, not saying you have to always be uncomfortable, but you have to have some discomfort in order to grow and get past it, right? Life is not easy. The lessons are not easy. And in order to get to a easier, more stable place in your life, you gotta go through it. And even learning yourself and learning your true self is painful. It's not easy to realize that you are who you are, right? And you may have some negative aspects about you that you may want to change, but it's easier said than done sometimes. He goes on to say, this discomfort comes in a form of challenges in life. When you encounter a challenge, you either curl up into a ball and feel miserable, sorry for yourself, or you can stare that challenge in the eye and run towards it with everything you have. Yeah, accept all challenges. Even if you lose, even if you feel like the challenge, accept it, because there's a lesson somewhere in there. And once you come to the mindset of there's a lesson in everything that you do, there's something you can learn every day through every situation, every encounter, you're unbeatable. You will become unbeatable once you realize that, because even in losses, you take gains. You already know this. In your life, you've encountered and overcome challenges, right? And the result was growth. The same circumstances aren't going to present themselves. And this video game of life, the challenges will get tougher. And one of the biggest obstacles you have to overcome is yourself. You have to overcome yourself. You have to overcome the negative bias that you have towards yourself of, oh, I can't do this. I'm not good enough for this. I'm not going to get picked first. I'm not going to succeed. Oh, I can't. People say, oh, I can't drive. I'm afraid to drive, or whatever the case may be. Nah, he who says he can and he who says he cannot are both correct. So you need to breathe life into yourself, talk well of yourself, and stop self-sabotaging yourself, because words hold meaning. Words are power. And the more you sit there and doubt yourself and say you can't do certain things, the more it will become true. The more you sit there and self-doubt and self-sabotage and say that you can't do certain things, the more it will become true. It's not true until you say it. When you sit there and say, yeah, I'm about to go do this, I can complete any task. It's not going to be hard, but I'm going to put my mind to it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep doing it until I get it right. And you actually stick by that and actually keep doing it until you get it right, until you succeed, until you complete the mission, get over the challenge. You're only hurting yourself by not giving it your full power of what it is that you are capable of. No pain, no gain is a cliche for a reason, and it's been used so often it has lost meaning. But the truth holds. But the truth it holds will remain. I be yawning all through the videos, man. But the truth it holds will remain relevant forever. I ain't gonna lie, I be tired. Like, I do a lot, like, between work and school and doing these videos and a bunch of other stuff that I do. I be tired, man. But I'm awake and I'm alive, so I can't sit there. The more I say I'm tired, the tired I'm gonna get. Right? If you think these words don't apply to you and what you're going through is worse than anyone else, realize that you're a spoiled brat with electricity and running water who needs to spend a week in the slums of South Africa to realize what the problem really is. Yeah, when you travel and not even, I was gonna say, like, when you travel, like I've traveled, I haven't traveled to any like third world countries, so to speak. And South Africa isn't even a third world country. It's literally abundant. People just hold Africa and think of like the slums, when Africa is not all like that, you know what I mean? So first of all, get that notion out of your head that Africa is lesser of a country, and African countries are lesser of countries, or Africa as a continent is less than anything else, right? It's not. It's not. But I agree with what you're saying though. Until you apply yourself and do it, and you sitting there doubting yourself, you'll never achieve anything. You'll just sit there and just wallow in your own, and it's not even defeat, because you can't lose at something you didn't do. You can't lose at something you didn't do, and I think a lot of people avoid it or say they're gonna lose because that's less of a blow than actually losing, right? So the last part he says is, instead of worrying about what the world is or isn't doing for you, worry about what you can do for the world. Contribute in any way you can to make this rock feel like a better place for others. Agreed. You gotta make sure, you gotta do your best to be a good person in general, right? And the better you are to other people, the better the universe will be to you. And I believe that, right? I believe that you put your best foot forward, you'll get the best back out. You do unto others as you want done to you. It's real. Serious stuff. That was actually the end of this episode. And I agree. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. It makes sense. It makes perfect sense that self-pity, talking down about yourself, and not having a positive mind is what's making you, is what's holding you back. You're your own biggest challenge. And once you get over that challenge, then we can start talking. Then we can start seeing like what you're really made of, and how, what you're really made of, and how you're gonna contribute to the world. Instead of sitting there and acting sad and not really being able to achieve the things that you need to achieve. Right? So, like, comment, subscribe, and understand. Before you do any of those things, understand what it is. 15, 16. Understand what it is about life that's keeping you sane, and understand the things, what it is about life that's challenging to you, right? And you take those challenges, and you go and achieve them. And sometimes you may not even realize that you're in a challenge. Sometimes it's just like things may just be happening for you, and then you don't realize, oh, okay, that was a challenge this whole time. Sometimes you got to step back and look at your life from a different lens, from a somewhat non-judgmental lens, and in order to give you the right information. Okay. It somewhat goes into that quote as well. I'm gonna read it in a minute. I'm gonna read it right now, as a matter of fact. The quote is, "Your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. It is the bitter potion by which the physician within you heals your sick self. Therefore, trust the physician and drink his remedy in silence and tranquility." It doesn't get any better than that. It doesn't get any better than that. Now, I have a challenge for everybody. It's not necessarily a challenge, but I have something I want everybody to do. And that is to raise your hand. Everybody just raise your hand while you're watching this. All right, cool. Everybody's raising their hand, right? Now let me ask y'all a little question. Well, before I do that, can y'all raise your hands up a little higher? I can't see everything. I'm dead falling asleep in the middle of the episode. But yeah. That's the end of this episode. Y'all already know what y'all gotta do. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Tell me how y'all feel. Tell me if you feel like you've been self-sabotaging yourself, or if you would like to find ways to see the good in the things that you're doing in life. See the good in the things that you're doing in life, and not always focus on such negative things that's going on in your life. Especially 9 times out of 10, it's something that you probably can't even control. And that's the worst part about it. Feeling so trash that you don't even trust yourself to be great, to be gold. And a lot of us are gold. A lot of us been gold. Anyway, that's the end of this episode. I hope y'all enjoy. I hope y'all have a good Tuesday, or whatever day you're watching this. Live life, love, laugh.